Hi everybody and welcome back to another Legends of Runeterra video and gameplay. Today we are running two decks with the Stony Suppressor. I really like this card. I really find it intriguing. Super cool. I know a lot of people haven't built a lot of decks around it and it might not quite fit into a particular meta, but it is just a cool card and I really enjoy playing with it. So the Stony Suppressor, all spells cost one or more. So basically we're forcing ourselves and the opponent to kind of spend more mana on spells. But the cool thing about that is that we can control this because we can build a deck around it, but our opponent can't. And so they are forced to, I guess, invest a lot into these spells when the Stony Suppressor is down, and she comes down on turn 2, just really like puts on a lot of pressure onto our opponent to get rid of this card if they want to be efficient in their spell mana usage. So I really like this card. It forces them to do some weird things. So the first deck that we're running in this 2-deck video is a Howling Good Time. I've showcased this at the very beginning of this latest expansion. A super fun deck. Definitely a meme deck, but it's still super fun to kind of work against our opponents. This is basically a deck where we have very few spells. We've got our most expensive spell is Mobilize, and we got Troll Chant, Single Combat, and Ranger's Resolve. And we aren't running a ton of them either. So what we want to do in this deck is get some early game cards in our opening hand. And then what these cards allow us to do is kind of refill our hand with a whole bunch of cards, and as many cards as possible. So we have the Aberration Sentry, which is card draw. We've got the Egghead Researcher, which is producing a dragon. And we have the Vanguard Redeemer, which we can, when a unit dies, we draw a card. And then further up the line, we've got Babbling Bjorg, which is going to draw a unit with 5+ power. And we're finishing this off with the Howling Abyss. And this is producing a random champion each round start. We're getting a random champion in our hand, and what we want to do is kind of fill up our hands with all of these units, use a Mobilize and get extreme value out of Mobilize, play these units earlier than what they would normally be able to be played, and then win the game through our late game in Tiana Crown Guard and the Bright Steel formation and leveled up Garen. It's a super fun deck. A mid-range list, not a lot of spells, so we're just trying to kind of flood the board with units, keep them alive, produce more and more units, and then get them down and win the game. So I really enjoy this. It's super fun. Had a fun time playing it. It's a blast. You should definitely try it out. Alright, and now the second deck that I'm showcasing is right here. New deck. This is basically a Bannerman deck, but we're running 2 Katarina as our Noxus kind of splash in this deck, as well as 1 Shyvana and 3 Garen. So this again is a Stony Suppressor deck. We've got a complete set of Stony Suppressors, and then besides that, it's pretty much just a Bannerman deck. So we've got the Fleet Feather Tracker, Bright Steel Protector, Stony Suppressor, Laurent Protege. We're running Vanguard Redeemer for card draw. We've got the Grizzled Ranger. And yeah, we're finishing off late game with the Vanguard Bannermans, Garen, Cytherea, Tiana Crown Guard, and then Bright Steel formation. So these two are included in this deck as well. It's kind of cool because the Stony Suppressor is a somewhat control card, and so it does let us get to late game more often than other Bannerman decks, which is pretty cool. So we can finish off the enemy with some big hitters like Tiana Crown Guard and the Bright Steel formation. And then the Bright Steel formation just synergizes really well with Katarina. We can, every time we rally, we get the Bright Steel formations barrier off, and we can just keep attacking and yeah, it's super fun. Same thing with Tiana Crown Guard, just more rallies. Rally, hit, and then just take out the enemies with our buff units. And that's kind of the reason why we're running a one-off of Shyvana as well, just because each time you rally, she gets +1/+1 for the round. We got Cytherea the Bold out as well. She's granting all of our units +1/+1, as well as the Bannerman. So really cool synergy in this deck. I enjoy playing this as well. Hardly any spells. Are running a full set of Single Combat and Ranger's Resolve, and I think that's it. Yeah, just the 4 spells, and we're just basically winning the game with board presence. So anyway, that's about it. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Alright, SMM Tio Cleon. Noxus Piltoverzon, so this is just probably a pure aggro deck, so I really need some early game cards, and that's looking pretty darn good for early game cards, and Stony Suppressor is just going to be great, actually. Really good. Alright, let's go ahead with Omen Hawk. So we're going to see if he's got the Legion Saboteur, and he does not. Okay, this is fine. This is really good for us. Alright. We are going with Stony Suppressor. So, if he's got something like a Get Excited, he's got to use a lot of mana. Alright, Avaros and Trapper is looking pretty good for us. I don't really care about single combat too much. Alright, we'll just attack here with our Avaros and Trapper. Alright, so he's running the Legion Marauder. That's kind of interesting. He's got 2. Ooh. Alright, let's go with the Avaros and Sentry. So this is going to give him +1/+1, so I'm going to be able to kill with my Avaros and Trapper, which I'm going to need to do. I wonder if he's running counterfeit copies. That's kind of what I imagine he's got. Anyway, we're going to block with our 2 bigger units here. We're going to kill one of them, damage 1, and draw a card, which is really good. And we're going to play an Egghead Researcher. Infinite Mind Splitter is pretty good, especially if he ends up getting those units to be large. I think first we're going to play the Enraged Yeti. Yeah, the Enraged Yeti seems like a good idea, and we can just attack with these 2, get some extra damage off on him. It's not going to. We've taken out 2 of them. I mean, if Legion Marauder is his main game plan here, I don't understand like what he's going to do. He's running a interesting. Yeah. Alright, we're just gonna go with Babbling Bjorg here. We surrender the ability to react with single combat. Shun Po? Like, he's not even running Katarina. So, I don't know. I think this is a... If I were to guess, since he's running Piltover and Zon, I kind of am guessing that it's a... counterfeit copies Legion Marauder deck, but it's really strange. Alright, we still have the ability to kill this guy with our Babbling Bjorg if he decides to pull in our Enraged Yeti. Kind of doubt he'll do that though. There's some pretty strong cards in there. Alright, that's fine. Oh, no. Intrepid Mariner. Interesting. Are we okay sacrificing single combat? I think at this point we are, actually. And we're just going to play the Garen. We can kill the Intrepid Mariner with our Garen, unless he's got a Subworks map up here somewhere. But yeah, we are going to go like this. We'll block. 6 damage, quite a bit though. That's fine. I think we got pretty good value out of that card, actually. He had a lot of spells in hand that he had to pay extra for and discard because we had that in there. Let's see. We got the Infinite Mind Splitter coming down next round. Let's go ahead and play Laurent Blade Keeper. This is putting him over the death of the Legion Marauder if I decide to attack with my Garen. And we can level him up as well with single combat if he puts down another unit. Alright, so he's getting rid of more cards. He had a Reckoning there. I would have had 2 cards left though. Yeah, this is a Legion Marauder deck. I'm gonna play it safe. We are... Oh man, he could have... Yeah, we gotta attack with this guy here. I'm going to attack with the Yeti. This is just in case he has a get excited. I don't want him to be able to interact with that. Alright, now I think we're pretty safe actually, just attacking with everything. Even if he kills the Garen, he's got to use a might or something. And I think I'm okay with sacrificing the Garen, so fully aware of that. He has used a ton of mana on this card, so he's pretty much sacrificing his ability to do anything here, and we've got some really good control cards coming up in case he's got, you know, other cards coming down that could potentially threaten my Nexus health. Alright, and yeah, we've got the Howling Abyss, which we might put down, but I don't really expect them to have a lot of playmaking ability here with 2 cards. So there's counterfeit copies. Let's see if it was in fact a Legion. Oh, Progress Day. Interesting. Just decides to go for the Progress Day. Suit up. And alright. So you can also attack with that guy if you want. Okay, he doesn't go for it. That's fine. Yeah, we'll just go for Infinite Mind Splitter. It seems like the game deciding play. And there we go. Not too much there. Legion Marauder deck. It seemed kind of interesting. Taste of Blood as well. So, yeah, he didn't really stand a chance. I would have liked to get the Howling Abyss down, but the Infinite Mind Splitter was the way to win the game, and decided to go for that instead. Alright, we're going against a Teemo deck. Teemo deck with Ionia and Piltover Zons. This is probably a Dusk and Dawn deck is what I'm guessing. Let's see, we're getting rid of this, this, and this. We want to look for earlier cards. I'll keep the 3-cost card, and there's a better curve. That's more like it. Alright, let's go ahead and play Cytherea. And we'll definitely attack here. This Stony Suppressor is probably going to come in handy with the mushrooms, so he's got them. Let's go ahead and go with Stony Suppressor here. We'll end the round, and we're going to put Laurent Protégé out so that we can grab this Teemo. He's got to use a lot of resources to get rid of this, and he doesn't. I don't think he's got enough. With 5 mana, I don't think he can take out this 4. He could have a suit up. Or Twin Disciplines. And he goes for the health. Interesting. Alright, so there we got some value just right off the bat with the Stony Suppressor, which is great. Gotta skip this block. We'll go with Cytherea of Cloudfield now. Kind of want him to kill a card so I can put out Vanguard Redeemer. If not, we basically bank mana for no reason. I wonder if he's got to get excited. Oh. Alright, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and go with the Garen. These mushroom clouds are almost a liability at 2 mana. Because this seriously limits what he can do.
Success is planting your mushroom.
I demand satisfaction. Hardly fair.
There's a good chance he's got more Twin Disciplines though, but he'll be forced to save his Teemo. He's wondering which one to get rid of. Yep. Called it. Alright. So yeah, I got more use, so already this Stony Suppressor has actually put in quite a bit of work. And now we do probably play Vanguard Redeemer this round. And hope we don't have... Oh my goodness! We've got 2 cats in the deck. Well, sometimes you lose them, so... Just the way it is. We know we're getting cat next round, though. Alright, we're going to put down Cytherea.
Now and forever. Everyone here? Let's go.
Run them through. Aha!
Follow my lead.
Bring their ranks.
A real battle.
Yeah, pretty sure we just attack with everything here. We're at 0 exactly.
Not a meddler. A disgrace.
Protect each other.
Garen levels up.
Not relent.
He is outside of a get excited range. And this guy has to open attack here. Well, I guess he doesn't have to open it. Well, he kind of does.
Swiftly.
I mean, we can represent 14 damage here. He's got to come up with 10 damage with 11 mana, and on top of that, I've got a Stony Suppressor. Probably not going to happen. That's not bad, though. That's actually not bad. But I think now we just play cat.
This is a surprise.
Not now. They'll never know what hit 'em.
Hold fast.
I'm okay with him actually killing him, I think. What is that doing, though? I mean, he's got to use the rest of his mana to put in this card. But then what?
In the name of our land.
So yeah, I just attack here. Oh, he's a 0 mana. Oh, I did forget. I didn't realize the spell came back at 0 mana. That's interesting.
Vandal scouts are never afraid.
Kind of cool, actually. I mean, this is fine. I still have a... I mean, I can put cat back out, but I also have...
Solves everything.
I also have this Blade's Edge, so...
Signing off.
So which way should I win, everybody? I think we'll just put the cat out again.
They should.
Yeah, we could have won with the Blade's Edge, but that's not a very cool win. Yeah, I didn't realize that when you recalled the concussive palm that it goes back to 0 mana, so that's kind of interesting. An interesting interaction. I just figured that because it was a spell, it'd be okay, and it also wasn't affected by the Stony Suppressor, which is also interesting because it's a spell. And yeah, it was still 0 mana, so that's kind of cool as well. I didn't realize that.